Better now? I have no idea what happens with my microphone there. Today's beer is Chimay Green Label, blonde ale, 10%. Really good. I think Misa is sleeping, but we have Bertil and Stefan here with me. I could always check if the dog is there. She's growing and growing, becoming a what do you call it? Four-wheel drive sausage. And we just bought her a life vest because we are going boating. We're going to the Turku archipelago first to Kaki's parents, and then their summer place, and then my mom's summer place in Kotka. So just in case, we bought her a yellow life vest. Let me see if the dog is there. No, she's sleeping. So never ever wake up a puppy. A dog, anyway, but in general, but never a puppy. So she's curled up in her bed. Or is it what is a pillow? But anyway. What do you think of this X thing you have going on here? Formerly known as Twitter. What do you think of this X thing? Seems interesting. It's an interesting concept. Anyway, the government crisis has been going on and on and on about in Finland. It's I mean the one of the one of the ministers uh, people brought up that he is a Nazi basically, and he ended up resigning. So they got a new one, and he had already been charged with, I think he had been charged with sexual assault, and he was named the minister of the. He was chosen as the replacement for the Nazi. And now it turns out it was already known that he's a fucking racist. Now, the one of the biggest newspapers in the country has publicized some of his private messages, and it's horrible. It's just a fucking nightmare. It'll get Musk sued. What do you think? He bought the X.com. He bought all of it. How do you how do you think it, Booby? How do you think they can sue him if he bought the whole X thing back? How do you think they're gonna sue him? Because Musk owns the thing now, the X thing. Hmm. My my eyes look at least in my preview. This eye looks like lot darker than this one. Ex Japan. Hmm. Let me do some ex Japan rock band. Yeah, originally X, but that the logo that Musk is using is different. I need to look at this because uh what Musk is using is the one he bought, and X Japan the logo is different, and the full name is X Japan, not just X, not only X, but X Japan. So the point is that Musk bought the thing he's using. So I hardly doubt. X Windows. X Windows. What? I've never heard of that. X Windows system. Ah, yeah, it looks like it, but it's not the same. And it was released in 1984, so X Windows system. Yeah, all right, but it looks like it, but it's not the same. Anyway, in addition to our new minister being Minister of Finance, I think. No, like the Minister of Commerce that resigned because he was a Nazi, and now every after that everyone was calling for the resignation of the Minister of Finance, who is the chair of the Finns party, the second biggest party in the last elections, um, because her writings from 15 years ago have resurfaced, and she was writing she was writing these messages in the comment section of a blog owned and I think still written into by the chair of parliament, the current chair of parliament. He also has had rape fantasies about. He's been writing about these rape fantasies online publicly with his own name, and now he's the chair of parliament. Uh, and he refused to call in the parliament from the interest the what do you call the period between the parliamentary sessions. He refused to call in the parliament from their summer break to for a vote of confidence on the Minister of Finance after her writings were discovered from 10 to 15 years ago. And he said, and she said, okay, I didn't write these. And the next thing, I may have written these. The next thing, I did not write these, but I apologize for writing them. So, well, there we go. She didn't write them, but she apologizes for writing them. So, there we go. And the chair of parliament, the only person who can call the parliament from the session from the parliament, the only person who can call the parliament from their summer break or the interest from back to session from their break is the chair of Parliament, and chair of Parliament is the one in who was the is the one writing the horribly rape fantasized racist neo-Nazi blog into which the current Minister of Finance was uh, caught writing into this horrible mass shooting. She described her mass shooting fantasies. She said, if I had a gun, I would go on a local on a local traffic train. There would be a massacre. So that was something along the lines of what the current Minister of Finance was saying, and and one of the ministers who's from the small party Christian Democrats, she's saying you should never call anyone a Nazi. Like, come on, like if you call somebody something, you're that yourself. Yeah, that little children's play. You know, and the prime minister is on summer vacation, and he said, "This is unfortunate, but there is no reason. There are no grounds for but for you know for stopping the cooperating with it within the government and ask for a new election." So these idiots are just getting a pass on the head and say, don't do it again, or at least, or if you do, don't get caught. So this is amazing. The former Prime Minister Sanna Marin uh, has been caught uh, doing the nice version of uh, horizontal mambo with a new lover, and she just announced her divorce, applying for a divorce with her husband, now soon to be ex-husband, in I think it was in April. So she's being quick. Let's see. Let's see from 2023. And it's been really, really, really horrible. Horrible now. Okay. Here we have it. Okay. Let's see. I'll bring you. Okay, here we have it. Oh, go fuck yourself. The lady in question is this blonde lady here, writes of the prime minister here in the black suit. This was written a few weeks ago as a far right party, and she apologized for stupid social media comments. She apologizes for her stupid social media comments, and she has made mistakes, but she has neither confirmed or denied writing these. This is the Euro News quoting her. Is anyone the Minister of Finance, the current Minister of Finance, has written Is anyone up for spitting on beggars and beating the N word children today in Helsinki? Says the current um, finance minister, who votes for these idiots. I'd say about 20% of Finns. Um, how many? I can tell you that um, let's see, 20.1% of Finns. There we go. So there we have it. And they say she was a kind woman, um, leaning towards the leftist ideas and supporter of the Green Alliance up until you know late nine late 90s, early 2000s, when she for some reason radicalized to the far right. Um, she's been on racist rants about Turkish and Somali immigrants. One post about shooting people in a commuter train if she had a gun, and using the N word in a post about wanting to spit on uh, beggars and stuff. So she wrote these comments, which was in her early 30s. Brain tumor. If she had a brain tumor, she wouldn't be alive, and she's far too smart for being for that. So, and they were taken out. She says she was. These were taken out of Context. No, these were not taken out of Context. Um, she was an academic researcher, but wasn't um, into politics at that time. And she taken out of context, yada yada. And I do not accept any kind of violence, racism, or discrimination. And there you go. She is writing stuff like this. The she might be educated, but she's not smart. Yeah. Okay. Well, she is academically smart. You can be smart and academically smart, but dumb as fuck. Okay. So yeah, you worked in places where that would have been an instant dismissal. Well, most places in Finland, I would say, well, most positions in Finland, I would say that is would be a instant dismissal. Um, uh, she's educated. She has a master's degree from something I don't know. Uh, what's her education? Um, Master of Social Sciences. Yeah. Well, see, every anyone who goes to the university in Finland typically gets a master's degree. Basically, the only the only degree program that you in Finnish universities that where the end goal is something other than a master's degree is early education and medicine and uh, well early education, medicine, and um, dentistry and veterinary medicine. So in veterinary medicine, in early education, it's bachelor's degree, and for the rest, it's equivalent to PhD or an MD. So basically, the degree that we get between is like a postgraduate degree in medicine. So basically, yeah, the degrees are bachelor, master's, and doctor. I know, but we don't the Finnish universities don't push out masters, people with master's degrees. People who go to university end up with a master's degree or or a doctoral degree. People don't really people don't typically get uh, bachelor's degrees from end up leaving university for good with a master's degree in Finland. So if you go to a university in Finland, the premise is that you get a master's degree. So everyone who has graduated from a Finnish university in recent decades has a master's degree or a doctor's degree. So basically, I think basically all the ministers we have in the government as of right now have a master's degree from university. In the previous government, one of them had a PhD. A 38-year-old woman had a PhD. Yeah, a swimming certificate. Well, I think that counts. Let's see. I think that Finns party, people with the Finns party don't typically um, have any further education beyond maybe a high school diploma. So I don't know. Not one of them is um, Minister of Foreign Affairs is an engineer and it has a master's degree in finance. The Minister of Defense is a 37-year-old with a master's degree in law. The social security minister is also has a master's degree um, from the university, and yeah, all of these have master's degrees. So except the Finns party. With, well, the Minister of Finance has a master's degree, but I think she's probably the only one from. Oh, I don't know. These are typically master's degrees, all of them. Lawyers or uh, lawyers or basically um, these masters in social sciences, and actually the Minister of Interior is a paramedic, RN, and auxiliary nurse degrees. Uh, so I'm not even entirely sure. What those degrees are in English. I do not have a swimming certificate. I never went to swimming school, but I still can. I can swim. Uh, because pretty much every single Finn above the age of maybe 12 can swim because we are forced to go swimming from sports lessons in school. So that's why. That's why. Uh, oh, by the way, I mean this is I know this is horrible. Um, where I don't know if you're aware of this, but this bit of video. Uh, uh, where do I have it? Ah, here. I'm not entirely sure if you've seen this. This I think this fits like a glove to the topic that we have today. Have you seen this? This is a comedian or something. This guy. This is from 1970, 1973.
Hip hip, hip hip, Sieg.
I mean this is horrible. So Pete swam before school. Yeah, I learned to swim when I was on a summer vacation with my grandparents and my little brother. We were in Hungary, Lake Balaton. So I learned to swim abroad. I'm posh little bitch. So yeah, everyone pretty much learns to swim in school. Uh, Mostly nasty comedy. Yes, indeed, indeed. But really, really quite nasty, really. And the longer version is, in the longer version of the video, he says, "Oh, I think we have some old comrades here in the audience. That was in 1973, and the audience is middle aged, maybe late 50s, 60s. So they have some old comrades from the war in the audience. So that's where I get the last bit. I mean, that's horrible. By the way, just slightly off topic. Have you been watching Vladimir? Have you been watching? Do you know who Vlad is? Okay. I'm gonna.
Barbie?
I've been watching these like crazy. I mean, she's amazing.
Yes, Barbie mirror.
You guys look like Barbie dolls.
Yes, we are Barbies.
We are.
Oh my goodness, I love it.
Yes, but did you know that the song about Barbie doll says some really haram stuff? It says like,
I can get on my knees and that kind of stuff. Did you know it?
the I'm a Barbie girl song.
Barbie.
Are you hiding from the monsters?
What are you doing?
No, don't you dare. I will you up, I promise, I swear to God.
Fuck.
Hi.
Hello.
Confused as fuck. Okay. I'm gonna get another copyright thing. There we have it. Anyway, next week I will most likely, if I get lucky and all stars fall into place and shit, I will be having guests on my channel. And also, I need to check my calendar before I can promise you any dates. Yes, Misan. By the way, we went shopping 300 and no, sorry, 270 euros for dog stuff only. So, Misan will be 4 months next week. Big girl. She's growing like crazy. And then next week, I'm available on Friday. We're on vacation. We'll be vacationing for the next 2 weeks. Together. So we're going to Katya's parents' summer place. Yeah, I'm getting lucky. So yes, next Friday will the 4th of August will be Misan's fourth 4-month birthday, I guess. And she's amazing. When we see other dachshunds, her legs are a lot longer than the other dachshunds we've seen. Because she comes from a line of slightly more long-legged dachshunds. So basically, what we are doing is that the next 2 Fridays, I think I'm free because I have a summer vacation and we won't be traveling anywhere. She has a great ground clearance. Yes, she does. And then, yeah, then we will be. And then after my vacation, I will be the first 2-3 weeks. I'll be only night shifts, so we'll see. But next week we should be home, and we should be getting should if I'm lucky we'll get guests here. I'll try my best. Excuse me, Arnold J. Rimmer, Bachelor of Science, BSc meaning bronze swimming certificate. Yeah, all right. Sends Peter on Discord. You naughty boy. Okay, let's see if we have anything interesting on Discord. Probably not. No. Okay. Okay. Thing interesting. And by the way, this year I will also be having the Transgender Day of Remembrance later in the year. So, and I'll also be celebrating my 3 years on YouTube, or my channel, 3 years of my creating content on YouTube, and that will be in just under 2 months from the first video with conspiracy cats on now known as what is it called now? Culture cats. And he will be back on YouTube soon. He's been gone a moment. So that's how it goes. Guess what's the theme? All I'll say at this point is that it has to do with something along the lines of community talks, and I'll have at least one guest with me next week. I can't promise on whether or not it's live or recorded. We'll see. We'll see on the status of people next week what people can do and when. Okay. So this is what's going to be happening in the next week or so. So the crisis in government is still ongoing, and there is still an uproar from the Finns party on whether or not those messages from the current Minister of Economics should or should not have been published. But the chief editor of the paper gave a very good and sound reasoning as to why they chose to publish these private messages provided to them by probably his ex. So there was an argument about spousal confidence, but since they were exes or something, exes now, and ex leaked these messages or something. I'm not entirely sure, but the chief editor gave a very good sound reasoning as to why they chose to publish these messages, private messages. Okay, and I think I'll be keeping it short because I am really tired, and I have work tomorrow. I've been on night shifts for the past 3 weeks. 3 weeks now. Almost 3 weeks now on night shifts, and I have day shifts tomorrow and Sunday before my holiday. So I'm just trying to get some proper sleep at a proper time. I'll be going to bed like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. or something like that, and waking up way too late. So I'm trying to get some proper sleep at proper time. So it's us again, Batil and Stefan, the old crew, the original crew, and I will see you next week.